it's me, Ruby, my mother, Sherry, and my sister, Jet, here is with us today.
So Ruby got the word from her doctor that we're going to try to do a steroid burst with her. We've never tried that before. It's been something talked about with her for a long time, and so we're giving it a try. It means that for 5 days she has to take a dosage of steroids, and hopefully this will get her system to stop moving around so much.
Which I would appreciate.
So she's taken 3 now already, and it's actually toned down a little bit. We refer to her twitches as being not quite as violent as they were, but obviously she's still twitching a lot.
Yes.
So anyway, we're hoping like really any moment now she just kind of quits.
Yeah, there are times where I just wake up and they're gone. So I'm really counting on just waking up tomorrow and saying, wow, they're gone. I can go back to school.
She was hoping for that this morning, but it didn't quite happen that way. So we'll see how she goes. Now the other thing is that she's got a new symptom that she's never actually had before.
A little, recently things have started tasting really yucky to me. Like, anything I would eat, and I discovered it inconveniently enough, eating Butterfinger. I really, really love Butterfingers. And so when I ate it, and it just tasted disgusting. I couldn't even finish it. And it was just sort of like so weird. And so, you know, I had another thing I enjoyed. Donuts. I love donuts. And so when I ate a donut and it was just as disgusting, I was really bummed out.
She's had this in the past before where she said all her food tasted like smoke. So she's had that before, but she says this one's different. It doesn't taste like smoke, it just tastes yucky, and everything tastes equally.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was talking about it earlier, and I said it was equivalent to giving a 5-year-old sort of some spinach that was left out on the counter for about half an hour. It's disgusting, but the 5-year-old is perfectly capable of eating it, no matter how much they will whine and gripe about it.
So, anyway, I think the unusual thing about that right now is that it's lasted for so long. It's been over 2 days now, is that right?
No, it started late last night, so I guess 24 hours now.
Oh, okay. It just seemed to me before that weird smoky taste that she had had in the past, that kind of came and went and didn't last for more than a few hours.
Yeah, it was around for about a week, but she is right, it did come and go. However, I think I'm just so put off from eating right now, I don't even know when it's gone.
That's true. Yeah, she would only notice it when she's actually eating something yummy.
And I can't even look at a donut, so...
So anyway, we're hoping this leaves at any point. Now the other thing is, if the steroid burst doesn't work for her, then we're going to revisit the idea of repeating the IVIG on her. Which is not so bad. They do seem to work for her. But we would much rather she be able to stay home, take a couple pills, and be all better.
And go back to school.
And go back to school.
Well, so currently, right now, I'm sort of powering through a sort of thing where I mentioned in our previous video that sometimes I can get weird mood shifts. This probably isn't as strong, but as of right now, I am so overwhelmingly sad. So if I don't look as animated as I had before, that's probably the reason why. I just feel really, really pessimistic about everything at the moment. So
I don't think there's any problem with you looking animated. I think there might be a problem with you looking happy.
Well,
but animated we've got down.
Okay, I just want to be happy again.
So, yeah, that is a real problem, the weird mood swings. I mean, she had them in the past where, you know, she could be exceedingly happy one minute, and then all of a sudden it would fade, and she'd be kind of back to normal. And she's also gone through the sad thing before, and then all of a sudden it'd be fade, and she'd be back to normal. I think these things are kind of lasting longer this time around, is that right?
Yeah, I guess so. The sadness comes and goes, but so far that's the only emotion that showed up, and that's pretty frequent in any of like my more recent twitching episodes. I would more likely be sad than any other emotion, which really bums me out, which just makes me sadder, you know?
Yeah, it's not a good choice of emotion to have. But at any rate, everybody's been very helpful and very supportive, and we really appreciate that. I know that Jet has talked to a lot of her friends about...
yes, about watching the first video. I thought that everyone should know about this, and I thought it was very helpful.
Yeah, that's been great. Everybody's been so nice, and even people on the subway, right? They get up and give you their seat sometimes, and...
Sometimes, you know, there's a random twitching girl on the subway. Me living in the city, pretty much everything I do, everywhere I go, I need to go via the train. And so sometimes that can be very, very nice. Like, here I am, randomly twitching, and someone will offer me their seat. Sometimes it won't be as nice, and I'll just sort of, like, be standing there, especially when my family isn't with me. It's always much easier whenever someone who knows my situation is by my side. But if I'm ever alone, it's just sort of, like, it's very, very hard because I'm very aware of all the people staring at me.
Like, one time when you asked me to come on the train with you, I was on the train with Ruby one time, and I noticed all these people just sort of, like, giving her these really weird looks, and it just sort of, like, disgusted me. Like,
well, you can't really blame them. I mean, I'm a random twitching girl on the subway. How often do you see that? Apparently not very often.
Yeah, I see it 24/7 when I'm with you.
Well, there you go. Thanks. But you live with me.
Yeah.
But there are some times where, like I said, it's not nearly as nice. Where I'm, one time I was talking to a lady because her son apparently decided to cling on to me. I didn't know the woman. I didn't know the son. But I don't know. It was random.
A little boy.
It was a little boy. And so I was talking to her, and this wasn't when I was twitching so bad. So I randomly twitched during the conversation. She started laughing, and so I quickly just sort of said, "Oh, I have a neurological disorder. It's called PANDAS," and her face shifted. It almost made me laugh, because first she was all bright and happy, and then she looked like this. I was like, you don't have to be scared! And I think that's one of the hardest things is that, sometimes, like, people will come up to me and they'll ask me questions, which I really, really like. I like people willing to listen to me and to learn about what's going on. But sometimes they just look terrified. And like that lady, I just hate having to go up to people and comfort them on something that's directly affecting me, you know?
Exactly. We should be comforting poor Ruby.
One time there was this 5-year-old girl that was staring at me when I was twitching really bad, and she literally started crying at the sight of me. And that really hurt my feelings.
That's true. Well, we just want everyone to understand what this is, what some of these kids go through, and please, any doctors out there, please understand how to recognize it, how to treat it. We need more doctors that know what this is.
We need more doctors to actually believe in it and say that they're not faking, because
Yes.
obviously she's had this for 3 years now.
Right.
That's not faking.
No,
Yes.
and it's not faking when we get her well, too. So we're going to try this steroid thing, and hopefully within
Fix
a
her
couple
up.
of days she can make another video and she'll be completely still.
I'd be excited. I can stop it. I could be totally normal right now.
But then
that happens. It just sort of builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up.
Like
sort
a
of
cough.
like repressing a cough. It can be done, but it is painful and will just get worse. But
All right.
I'm very, very happy of all the people that messaged me and was talking to me. Obviously, I could not type, so I was sort of speaking through Mom, or Mom would just sort of write down whatever. But one thing that's big is that since I was 16, for the past 3 years, I believe that I was totally alone. Like, I knew there were people out there that had PANDAS, but I've never actually spoken to someone. I've never really made contact with someone. So now that all these people are there and sort of saying, "Hi, we have what you have," I'm like, yes!
Yeah, that's really helpful.
So I'm very happy. I'd be more than happy to hear about any stories of any children that might have PANDAS. Trust me, I love it. I get excited just to know that there's someone that just sort of gets it.
That's true. That does help a lot. Well, thank you so much, and we wish everybody the best. Thank you.
Thanks.